Hi friends, Cindy Houston here, and I'm coming to you live with the next video for Trauma Triggers to Empowerment to Your Yeses. And this is a series that I'm putting together for this August 2020, and it's sharing tips and techniques. In this series, we're going to dive in deep. I'm going to share some tips, tools, and techniques that have been absolutely supportive for me to help me to transform anything that I've experienced in life as traumatic that also turned into a trigger, and how could I catch it and actually become empowered by it and lead it to my yeses, so I have a very clear yes on what my yes is. And so I've been sharing these different snippets of the workshop that we're going to be diving into and doing these videos. And so today's video is energy. And so I'm coming to you with 23 years of experience of teaching people about the body, how to connect to the body, move with their body, also voice, how to connect to your voice, not only your inner voice, but how do you express your outer voice, and over a decade of energy work practices and nutrition studies. And this is coming from my own experience that has led me down this path of studying body work, energy work, different types of the body, health and wellness, which actually then I created the Yoga Body Elements Studio, and it's located in Chicago. And so there I was able to share all of this information with people. And so today's topic, though, I'm bringing to you online. Today's topic is energy. And I'm actually really excited that today's topic is energy, because as I'm sharing this video with you, today is actually my birthday. And so there's a lot of energy around birthdays, right? Birthdays, when we came into this life and we were birthed, right, there was a lot of energy to get us out into the world. And then when we arrived in the world, right, there was so much energy around us, people taking care of us and us just figure out how to navigate in the world. And so through that, a lot of us, when we come into this world, we're very sensitive, we're very open, and different things will happen in our lives to kind of shut those things down. And some of you will identify as more of an empath or more sensitive to energy. Sometimes you'll hear clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. Clairvoyance where you see things. Clairsentience is where you feel things. Clairaudient is where you hear things. And so these are actually superpowers that we have in this life. And these superpowers can help us navigate and be more aware not only of our physical being, but also of our energetic being. And so how can we integrate those, and so that we're not just living the 3D life, which is very mechanical and doing, and some will even say more of masculine energy, and then the feminine is more of the spirit energy, or even some will even describe it as androgynous. And how can, we don't want to live too much in the spirit world, because then how do we live in the 3D world? So the practice is how to integrate that. And so different energy practices and different energy awarenesses can be very helpful with that. And so one of the energy practices that I practice a lot with is Reiki. And there's also a technique called Bankson technique. But also, if you practice any form of body movement or dance or Tai Chi or some sort of fitness, or if you just live your life and feel, you are going to feel energy. And so, that time when, something just doesn't feel right and you don't trust your intuition and you do it anyway. Or how about when, you're saying to yourself, why am I doing this? This isn't something I would normally do. And you do it anyway. Or sometimes you don't do it. And so that is just you tapping into those awarenesses and then taking action with it. And so how can we be more aware of energy? And that's not just, taking action, but also some of us you might even feel depleted sometimes. Like when you're out in public with people, you just kind of feel like when you come home, your energy just got zapped. And so you might just be more open. You might actually be running those empathic qualities. And I will say for me, learning energy work changed my life, and learning tools and techniques about that changed my life, because even when I was already teaching, I got started teaching at a really young age. I was asked to start teaching at the age of 15, dance. And so that's how I started learning how to teach people. And when I started to get into, I would feel it when I was teaching dance, but when I started to dive into teaching more of the spiritual practices, which were diving into more deeper things within people, that I started to feel things. And as I started to open up, I kind of started to take things on and almost absorb it. And sometimes I would feel it in my own body. And so, I would study with people, energy workers, and they would tell me these tips and tools. And so I want to share some of those with you. And so I also want to be very clear, if you feel something, trust it. And what's really important is if you can have the communication about it. And that's the gift that we can have in the 3D world, is the ability to speak about it. But it's really important to open that gateway so you can speak. And some people can actually are so in tune to their energy that they don't even have to be, and you might be one of them, you don't even have to be in the same room with someone, and you can have a conversation with them. And so that's something, if you want to learn how to do that, you have that within you, and really it is just awakening. So if I go back to that talk about the birthing process, and then as we move on, I know for me, I was very sensitive, very, very aware, and it was around my teenage years, or just a couple years before, when I actually started to shut that down. And so it's definitely a prime time to learn these techniques. I wish I would have known about this sooner, and I probably would have made some different choices in my life. And so what's great is this is like something you can keep in your back pocket, and it's always there for you whenever you need it. It's like any other practice. And so one thing that I would like to leave you with is, I've been liking to share like little tips and tools. So a great thing is, if you want to have kind of like a barrier between you and other energy, is you can start to work in crystals. And this is something that we'll talk about a little bit too in the workshop, is one of the energy techniques. So I just have some crystals behind me to share, and I'll just show you. So this one is rose quartz. So rose quartz is really good to connect to love and the heart, and you can hold it in your hands, or you might lay it over your chest near your heart and just breathe with it. And you might right away start feeling, just like, a sigh of relief. Things are starting to release. Another one is citrine. So this is a really great abundance stone. So if you're wanting to call in abundance, financial abundance, it can be other forms, but a lot of times it's for financial abundance. Another one is fluorite. This is a neutralizing stone. It is very good for clearing spaces, cleansing spaces, absorbing energy. And I'll also share, some that I have on. So this is a shungite. And so shungite is really good for clearing out electromagnetic frequencies right now. So we have a lot of that moving around with our cell phones and our computers. And as technology amps up, it also helps your body balance out and adjust and not get zapped when that shift happens. And then I've also got some obsidian on, and that's also a great absorber and protection stone. So those are my tips for today for energy, and please reach out. Let me know if you have any questions. I do sessions all around the globe with people through Skype and through Zoom. So if you are wanting to experience an energy session outside of this workshop, please reach out and let me know. I'll put that information in the bottom of this video, and stay tuned. Mark your calendar for August 17th. That is when we are planning to have this event sometime that week. So stay tuned and put your comments below. I want to hear from you. What do you do to keep your energy balanced? What do you do to clear your energy? And have you had any of those experiences of like feeling like you took something on that wasn't yours, and let's have a little dialogue. I'd love to hear your experiences. Have a great day and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.